Oh, we see it all with wonder. We dream in every color, and we come alive. We know together we can find this. There's a glow inside us, ready to begin. Oh, we all can see if we just believe. This is where our dreams begin. There's a light in the dark. There's a hope. There's a spark in our hearts that won't go dim. This is where our dreams begin.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
What is going on, girl? How are you, my love?
I'm fantastic. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Listen, I just want to say thank you because, I just did something that I've been doing a lot of things since this pandemic, and that's stepping out of my comfort zone and just reaching out to folks, that I don't know, to just do something different. And I'm going to tell you, this song, Where Our Dreams Begin, oh my gosh, has blessed me. I'm telling you, I want to thank you for just saying yes to even taking time out of your schedule to be a part. Yeah, I mean, not to share your story. I'm thinking I'm on Thursday already. I'm Let's Talk Racism. But for just taking time out of your schedule, saying yes to share your story, man, because there are so many people who have stopped dreaming. And your story is just like, man, when you finally believed that you could, things started just popping off, right? And started going well for you. Yeah. And so before we get started, I wanted to know, I know we already talked about it. Can you just open us up in prayer real quick before we get started?
Yes, and thank you so much for asking me. All right, so let's bow our heads. Thank you so much, God, for bringing me on this wonderful show to talk with this beautiful lady. I'm so happy that she slid into my DMs and asked. And I feel like she is part of the blessings that are coming my way in this season. It has been such a season of abundance, which I have prayed for, and you are giving it to me. And this is a part of that. Giving back and being poured into is a big part of what's going on right now. And I'm so grateful. And I pray every day, and the abundance and gratitude is feeding itself. And so I thank you, God, for bringing us into this space together. And I pray for safety and laughter and fun. Amen.
Amen. Listen, I was so nervous at first because, it's raining really bad out here. Because where are you right now?
I'm in North Carolina at my parents' house right now. Yeah.
Dude, it's like bad out here, and my internet keeps going on, like off and on, cutting off. And I said, "Oh my God, you have got to be freaking kidding me!" Mm-hmm. But anywho, we're here, and we're about to chop it up and talk. And we're not going to stay long. What's your story is not to be like long. It's just we're gonna converse for a little bit, and hopefully in hopes of inspiring, encouraging, and giving hope to somebody who just may have said to themselves, "I'm done. My dreams are dead. What's the point of me going on and moving on?" And this, I know you have 2 singles out, but this is a song that caught my eye. And I want to share a little bit. I want to give a little background on how I reached out to you. I was actually, my husband and I were watching TV, and this commercial comes on all the time. And I had my phone in my hand, at the same time we were watching TV. And I think I was playing Ruzzle, dude. And the song came on, the commercial from Ulta Beauty came on. And I put my phone down because the lyrics and the melody caught my attention. And so I immediately stopped what I was doing. And I went my husband and I watched a movie. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Just hold on for 1 second. I got to go. I'm going on YouTube." So I went on YouTube to listen to the song. And then I went and purchased the song. And then I'm like, I need to see who this person is on Instagram. Went to your Instagram. And then I messaged you. Had no idea you were going to respond right back. And you did. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that, because you don't know me from Adam. I don't know you. And I just told you what I was doing. And this is just my regular Facebook page, and you said yes. And we share the same heart when it comes to giving back, inspiring, encouraging. So let's dive right in tell everybody how your real name and your stage name.
Yes. So my real name is Jennifer. And my stage name is Esabalu, which is actually the village where my grandmother is, my dad's mom in Kenya. So it's in Western Kenya, 6 hours west of Nairobi, the capital. It's a very small village right on the equator, very quaint, very beautiful, and very peaceful. And I was there as a child, very young. And then my brothers and I went as adults, again, 6 years ago. And it was a very emotional experience. You know, I'm not really a crier. And I wept so many times on that trip, especially just being with my entire family. And I remember thinking that whole time, I'm not going to really be able to process this or know what this means. I'm not going to be able to know how this is affecting me. Then we went back again a few years later, once again as adults. And it was the same situation. I have one living grandparent, and I was just like, when I see her, waterworks. And when I was, we'll get into this, but basically when I was deciding to launch this new project, this new artist name, I prayed and meditated on it, and this name came right to me. It was clear as day. And I just knew that was kind of what I needed to step into. And it was tough because it's a Kenyan name. I didn't know if people would be able to pronounce it. I didn't know if people were going to get it. I'm not making necessarily Kenyan music. You know, I'm Kenyan, so I'm making Kenyan music, but it's not traditional Kenyan music. So I was nervous about a lot of things, but it just felt really right. And as soon as I did that, everything just kind of started to line up, including this work, you know what I mean, and this song. And so I'm glad I did, but it definitely was not, you know, I've been performing under Jen Mundia for many years. I'm very proud of the work that I did under Jen Mundia, but Jen Mundia also worked at Olive Garden in Times Square. And, you know, Jen Mundia has a LinkedIn, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's out here doing other things. And you know, like I said, I'm proud of myself, but yeah, it was almost like more authentic for me to step into this new pseudonym and new persona and really just go full force. Because I think Jen Mundia was also just like stepping half in to the regular world and then half into an artist world. And this was me fully committing.
Yeah. So you're in North Carolina, but do you reside in North Carolina all the time?
So listen, it's a pandemic, so the times are changing. I have been in New York, in Brooklyn for the past 7 years, but things are changing around, but that's to be announced. Okay. Yeah. But I'm in North Carolina right now, just spending time with my family, and just enjoying basically, you know, this time. And I know there's a lot to take in right now, but one thing that I am enjoying is time with friends and family that I have not been able to see consistently for many years, because New York doesn't play around. You know, when you're there, you're running around. I come home for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and I'm back up. So this has honestly been a really nice pause.
Sweet. Can we talk a little bit about, I know you have 2 singles. Let's talk a little bit about Where Our Dreams Begin. How did you say yes to, what made you say yes to actually recording this song? Because we know that you didn't actually write the song, but it's your vocals. It's your single. Yes. The songwriter who wrote this song, it's absolutely beautiful. But I'm gonna tell you, your voice it's so pure. I'm telling you, I have this song on repeat. I love this song. And it's not just because of lyrics, but your voice. You remind me of a friend of mine's. Her name is Eunice. And I told her, I was like, oh my God, you got to check this artist out, man. Y'all, dude, I'm like, you got to put out a song. Y'all vocals are a beast, right? Tell me a little bit about how this song even came about. What made you say yes to recording this song?
Yeah, so it's crazy because I write so much. So part of me was really struggling with, man, I write so much and like they're having me sing someone else's song, but it was just meant to be. So essentially the agency approached me and said, hey, we like this song. We think we might want a different vocal on it. Are you willing to just give us a little bit of a demo? And at that point, I think I might have done like a 15-second demo, which of course, if you've seen the ad playing, there are shorter, there's 15-second, 30-second versions and all of that. So I think I did the 15-second. And they asked me to do different iterations. So they were like, we might want you to do your own spin on it. So I did an acoustic version. I had my producer do like an R&B version, which now we're like, we need to do something with that because that was kind of lit. And then we did like another pop version that was similar, but kind of different. And then I sang on the original. And then we kind of were just going back and forth. And, you know, with the 15-second version, I was kind of just trying to land the gig. And then as as we started to expand, I was like, these lyrics are kind of a moment for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially considering where I was in my journey and what's coming up. And then we recorded the song, and they kept saying, okay, I think we want you to record a full version of the song. So then I was like, whoa, you get into that second verse, and I'm like, wow, it felt so kind of corny almost, but I was like, this is actually what's happening in my life. I've been singing and performing for so many years, but I mean, this is a new chapter, right? Esabalu, I launched this name in May. You know what I'm saying? And so this was really a new chapter for me. And so it was almost like Where Our Dreams Begin was really speaking into my life. And it's crazy because I just had a lot of things lined up personally, right? So I actually have, it's weird because everything wanted to happen the same week. So I actually have 4 singles out right now. So I have Wildfire, which is the first song, which is like an 80s bop. Then Where Our Dreams Begin. And then I just released Dream You. And then I have a song coming out in conjunction with a campaign called Equally Speaking with my friend Gabrielle, who's doing this really amazing work for the Black Lives Matter movement and allies. It's called Say Their Names. So like all these songs are kind of attached to different projects. So Say Their Names is coming out soon. I'm very excited about it. But it's like Esabalu is she's Where Our Dreams Begin, but she's also an activist. She also cares about her people very deeply. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it was like a very interesting journey to have this song come into my life and almost speak those things into existence.
Wow. So let's talk a little bit about the part of believing in yourself, because, those lyrics are powerful. They're inspiring. They're empowering, encouraging. Let's talk a little. When did you actually stop believing in yourself or start believing in yourself? Let's say that.
It's a journey, isn't it? It's a journey. I think that I just now I'm starting to believe in the power of my thinking. So I think now that that's been unlocked, I feel very unstoppable. But before that, it's touch and go. Now, if you're having a bad day, then that could just throw you, and that can throw your artist journey off, and I just get, like you said, you're reaching out to people, you might get a yes, you might get a no, and those things would throw me, right? It hinders your consistency, it hinders your progress. And like, I got rejected from something today, and I was like, all right, cool, what's next? And that really is a different mindset for me when it comes to my career. It's really hard to hear no. And so I think for me, when did I start believing in myself? Oof. I mean, that's definitely a God thing, to be honest with you. I just think I just became, in the past 2 years of my life, I've become a lot closer to God. And that's where my power is coming from, my inspiration, everything, like the knowing what steps to take. It's just all being guided in that way. And so for me, I think that's probably what it is. It's like my prayer and meditation became linked to my subconscious thinking, right? And so these days, especially the past 6 months, I wake up, I turned all my notifications off because we all know we got to use our phones for our alarms, but all my notifications are off. I wake up, I listen to my mantras, I meditate, I pray, I write in my gratitude journal. And that's before I see a single text message, a single email, a single whatever, whoever's trying to reach me, unless they're calling me, they cannot get through. And so I think that's just like me continuously telling myself the things that other people have been telling me for so many years. You're great. I see you making it. I see you. I love your voice. All these things, all these beautiful things that all my friends and family tell me, that didn't matter how many times they told me, I had to believe it, right?
Exactly.
And this was part of it. I mean, I had, the head of Ulta and the ad agency and the music house, shout out to Position Music. Every piece of feedback, we work on this song for 3 months. Every single time they would say, showstopper, everybody loves your voice. I would get text message screenshots. So it's just like, it was emotional for me because I probably had heard some of those things before, but until I believed that I was good and great and worth it, I couldn't accept any of those things. I couldn't receive. This year for me has been a year of receiving, and it has been a year of abundance. And I told myself that in January. I said, I'm abundant in all ways. That was my mantra. But then it was almost like, are you ready to receive? So then a few months into the year, I had to say, are you ready to receive, and say yes to that? So when I got those compliments, when I got that feedback, and even when I got some things that were like, change this, it was like, I'm ready to receive that because I know what's within my power. So that's kind of the journey as of late.
So, dude, the crazy thing about that, so how did it feel though? And how does it feel now? Because I'm gonna tell you that commercial comes on all the time.
Can I just tell you that I have not seen it yet live? Isn't that crazy?
Are you serious?
My parents have the TV on all day and I have not seen it live.
Girl, and the crazy thing is, it's like now that we've connected, it comes on more now because when it first came on, it's during the NBA game when we're watching the game, the basketball game, it just comes on. And I'm like, man, this song is awesome. And to know that your vocals are behind the song is freaking dope. But it's even more exciting that you reached back right when I responded to you. And I'm like, that's awesome. Because a lot of people don't do that. I mean, you got people that you probably, I'm gonna be honest, I got people who I've been knowing for a long time with big names that I can reach out to and have responded. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for you to do that, that is super dope. This song is amazing. How does it feel for people to call you or shoot messages to you like, dude, your song is freaking on the commercials nonstop, even though you haven't seen it yourself?
It's so nice. It's just really nice. And it's just another reminder that these people have been telling me these things all for a long time. My high school senior year prom date called me the other day. Shout out to Andrew Herrera. I love him. He called me and he was just like, I'm so proud of you. And I just love it. And I love everything that you're doing. And probably things that I know we've talked about before. And, you know, you lose touch with people. And I just think it's interesting. He actually bought me my first microphone when I was going to college, and they required me to have a microphone and a mic stand. And I think the mic was probably like $100, but $100 for me I think I was 17. I couldn't do it. My mom couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so he took me to Sam Ash up on Capitol Boulevard, bought me my first microphone. And then for him to all this time later call me and tell me how proud he is of me is really nice. And that's what's just been happening across the board for all of my friends that are so sweet. And I think like I've done, like I said, Jen Mandia, very proud of her. I've done TV before. I've done Saturday Night Live. I've done Jimmy Fallon. And that's great, but it's like, it's different because this is playing all the time and it's my solo and people are reacting differently. And so, and it's Esabalu, and it's like, I was really worried. I was like, Jen Mandia has a little bit of credit. She has a little bit of street cred. But then Esabalu, like, this is like a feature and it feels really nice. And so the kind word, I can't even explain to you, like my birthday is Labor Day this year. So we had a little barbecue. My friends came over and we watched it on YouTube. I had to play it from YouTube. And my friends like cried. And I just was like, this is so like, these are people that I worked at Olive Garden with, you know what I mean? We were making like $12 a day and getting sent home at 12:30, you know? And so I shout out to my girl Heidi, but I just, it's really nice because I am, like you said, even when you say like, oh, I responded to you right away. I'm a Virgo. And I mean, I think I like when people respond right away. I don't like notifications either. So I was like, I need to read this. And then I read it and it was your message was so kind and so sweet. And I think I remember telling you like, it's, as you know, like, you know, that week was bananas. And I was like, crazy week, but let me let you know, like, I'll get back to you. And then we talked a few days later and I was like, of course, because I'm doing stuff like this as well, reaching out to people, trying to get people involved. I have a podcast. I have people that I would like to put on songs. And like, it just feels nice. And when you get a response, number one, and like your message was very pure. And I appreciated how you approached the situation. So I was down to be here. And now look at this. This is such a beautiful moment.
Come on, connection. How, as an artist and a professional vocalist, background vocalist, right? Are you still doing that as well? How have you handled that since the pandemic, since like not being able to do anything?
Listen, I mean, look, those gigs were very few and far between. I wasn't at 30 Rock every week. So, but I think for me specifically, I studied audio engineering in college. So I'm very lucky to have taken some of those gigs and have in the past couple of years set myself up to have like a decent microphone, upgraded Pro Tools, you know, getting an upgrade on my computer, thank God, so that I could, during the pandemic, be some of the first people to call to say, hey, do you have a mic? Can you record? Are you ready? Do you know how to bounce files, et cetera, right? And that's like, like I said, had a lot of jobs since I graduated college. And I had a point when you talk about believing in yourself, I had a point when I had this degree I paid all this money for, still paying for, and I wasn't using it. And so years later to step in and be like, oh, I got a home studio, and like get these calls for background gigs for people that need, oh, you see all these cute little videos out here of people doing like, oh, we're a band, and I'm in this state, and I'm in this state, and I'm able to do that. People are calling, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, which I am so grateful for. But that's because of the way that I set myself up, that I was able to set myself up. And so it has been a very abundant time in terms of some of those background gigs that, you know, stay tuned. It's been really great. And I just don't know how else to explain it, except that I'm being blessed constantly. Yeah. And it's coming in a different way. You know what I'm saying? We're not going up to 30 Rock and like running into Questlove and, you know, that's happening, but it's the doors are opening, the opportunity is there. And I think I want to be mindful of the fact that a lot of people are really struggling during this time. But I also want to remind myself, in the spirit of receiving, that it is okay to accept your blessings.
Sweet. You're super dope. What are some other struggles that played a part in your doubt in moving forward, doing what you've been created to do?
Got the tough questions going. There's so many. It's hard because my mindset right now is I'm very appreciative of the jobs that I've had and the lessons I've learned, right? Mm-hmm. But it's what it is I've taken a lot of, I won't say bad gigs, but I'll just say I've stayed in situations too long because I didn't think I deserved better. That doesn't stick to just music either.
Right. I totally understand.
You know what I mean? So I've stayed I've done gigs for too long, and that could be just me. You know, I've had church gigs that I've done where I'm like, maybe, you know, I shouldn't be going an hour and a half deep into Brooklyn at 7 a.m. on Sunday just to make this like couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And those are gigs that I really loved, but you know, in timing wise, like I would do a wedding gig until get home at 2 a.m. and then wake up at 6 for a church service. You know what I mean? So maybe just like thinking of my own mind, body, and spirit. Should I have been doing that for so long? Maybe not. And I think it was really like, I'm in the midst of, even with this past commercial, like I was very scared to negotiate, you know, because who am I to say no or to say more, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not it anymore, right? You know?
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that I really struggled with, was my self-worth, which I think surprises some people because I'm pretty confident outwardly and I'm an extrovert. But self-worth was really huge for me because it really changes everything. Like this, like you said, commercials playing all the time, negotiations can really change that, you know, long term, right? And so I think for me, it comes down to now I'm negotiating other contracts where I'm saying, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't do that. And then people are like, all right, well, what do you need? What do you want? I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I told my mom, I said, why didn't I do this 10 years ago? And she was like, you weren't ready. And I was like, you're right. Because somebody had given me that opportunity, I would have squandered it the next time. I had to kind of learn the lesson. So I think that's what I struggle with, is self-worth and just like knowing, hey, just because you leave this situation does not mean the end of the road. And it could be some time, but you can leave and be okay.
Yeah. Who has inspired you throughout your journey? Like which celebrity artist?
Ooh. Well, first thing that came to mind when you said who's inspired me is my mom, because I think she's she's not a stage mom. She's not a helicopter mom. And so even to see her proud during this moment has been really nice. But I think in terms of celebrity artists, so many. I have to shout out my girl, India Arie. I know I'm going to get clowned.
Yes, Lord.
I love India so much. In terms of story and just those first few albums, especially, like there were some pivotal moments when I could remember what India Arie song I was listening to. And lately, I really love Leon Lahavas. She's newer on this. Well, not super new anymore, but she just really, I love her energy and spirit and songs and voice. Yeah. And you know, I've always been a huge fan of Stevie Wonder. I love that. I'm getting into that now, but we forget that some of his songs were fully political songs. Even Happy Birthday was, a political moment, right? So
Yeah.
we forget because they're such bops. And I think that that's exactly the longevity, is like somebody who's always cared about our people and is just so phenomenally talented. And to combine those two things, Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Alicia Keys, these are all people that are speaking up for us. Yeah. And so those are people that I really admire what they've done. And another lesser known artist, Crystal Warren, if you don't know her, please check her out. She's incredible. And people are they're really innovative and really do something with their work, which I think is what ends up making the difference in the end of the day. It's not just like, I wrote a cool song. It's like, who is it inspiring? What does it mean to people? So those are a few of my favorites.
Sweet. Now, I know before we end, I know I'm going to put you on the spot. Because, listen, I love your voice, okay? And I know I don't know you, but I feel like just our conversation throughout this whole week and all that stuff, I'm getting to know you, super dope. But I want to see if you can sing something. Because you play guitar, dude. I wish I could play freaking guitar. I would be on live every single night. Not even kidding. Oh my gosh. But anywho, but I want to see if you can sing something.
I gotta work on that. I gotta work on that. That's part of the self-worth is playing more guitar and singing more, but I get nervous sometimes. So I'm gonna play you a song, my first single under Esabalu, which is Wildfire, which is a bop, but it's gonna be the acoustic version tonight.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cheat and look at my lyrics, but yeah. Thank you so much for having me and for being here.
Thank you.
This has been lovely. Yeah, I'm playing y'all Wildfire. It's available everywhere, all streaming platforms. So go check it out and you'll hear the full version.
Let's go.
I don't have to close my eyes to see a dream in you. I won't let a day go by without getting some from you. The perfect rendezvous. We can't run from what we've done. We can't shun what we call love. It's rushing in, so let it flow. Brace yourself when it comes. Wildfire, I don't want to get away from loving you. I wouldn't be running if I only knew. But I can't stop loving you if I wanted to. Wildfire, I don't want to get away from loving you. I wouldn't be running if I only knew. But I can't stop loving you if I wanted to. You don't have to change my mind. You're the perfect point of view. Even if it was a crime, I would do the time for you. 'Cause you would never waste my time. You are worth it every time. Oh, we won't last if we're apart. This is where our story starts. Wildfire, I don't want to get away from loving you. I wouldn't be running if I only knew. But I can't stop loving you if I wanted to. Wildfire, I don't want to get away from loving you. I wouldn't be running if I only knew. But I can't stop loving you if I wanted to. Our love is spreading like a wildfire. If you wanna go, baby, catch the flame and we'll ignite. If you wanna find love, spread it like a wildfire. We were on a roll, baby, roll, baby. We gon' have to, wildfire. I don't wanna get away from loving you. I would be running if I only knew that I can't stop loving you if I wanted to. Wildfire, I don't wanna get away from loving you. I would be running if I only knew that I can't stop loving you if I wanted to.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Because you have Wildfire, you have Dream You, and Where Our
Dreams Begin, and then Say Their Names, which is coming out in conjunction with another project. Yeah.
You got so many things going on, man. And I'm so happy that you took time out to just be an inspiration and encourage somebody. Because I don't care if it's one person. I can guarantee you there's somebody who may not be on here, but who I'm pretty sure is going to go back to watch this, that you will inspire and encourage, because, you know, it's life happens and people give up. So before we end, my last question is, what would be your encouragement to those who no longer dream?
Limitations are real. They are real. No one is taking that from you, but don't let it be your own fault that you don't get where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Just don't let it be you. Let it be somebody else that stops you, but don't let it be here. Fix this part, and because you know, once you unlock this, it's a wrap for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? You can really, this can do a lot of things, big and small. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that removing that self-doubt and just truly actually believing in yourself, try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The only person stopping you is you.
Exactly.
Because if things just happens and go like that. Can you end us in prayer before we leave, please?
Absolutely. Let's bow our heads. Thank you so much, God, for this beautiful day. I prayed for blessings and abundance this morning, and you've given it to me today. I'm so grateful to be here in this room. I'm so grateful to be able to inspire and be inspired. I'm so grateful that you're bringing new, beautiful people into my life, God, and opening doors that I didn't know that I needed opened. Thank you for this beautiful life that you've created. And please pray over everybody that's suffering right now. I know it's a tough time. So please watch over them and pray over this world as we suffer through this pandemic, and pray that people might be able to see a little bit of beauty in their lives today, as I've been shown a little bit of beauty in this room. So thank you, God, for this beautiful moment, and amen.
Amen. Guys, thank you for tuning in, and get to know Esabalu.
Nailed it.
Did I do Esabalu? Come on now. Get to know her. Now I know that her real name is Jen Mundina, and
Mundia.
people, Mundina, was that right? Mundia. You know, people may know her from being a professional background vocalist and being on the shows back in the day, but she's Esabalu, right? Esabalu. And she's doing great things. Her song is popping. Where Our Dreams Begin is booming, and Ulta Beauty is helping out with that also. Man, come on commercial all the time, every day. Dude, that is such a lesson, man. You've been such an inspiration. Thank you so much for taking this time. Again, I really appreciate you, dude. I have this What's Your Story just on my page every Tuesday, just, you know, just to give hope to people, you know. And then I have the Let's Talk Racism on Thursday, but we're connected now. We'll keep chatting. And once I end the live, we'll chop it up a little bit more. But thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you. Peace.
Bye.